So before I go further, anybody, what does sentience means? Anybody here? Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly what the topic is all about. We're going to have some demonstrations as well. But before I go further with, what do you see? I hope this is visible despite the light here. Yeah. Yeah, what do you see and what do you visualize?
Lock is not allowing you to perform its function.
Absolutely. If you relate that to any kind of visualization with respect to the today's world of AI, what do you think? How you can link that? Anybody?
Not enough know-how of how to make the best information.
Okay. Not enough know-how to use AI. Anybody else?
Maybe you can turn it around. AI limits our ability to develop ourselves.
Correct. Yes. Any other way of looking at? It's more about how you visualize more in depth. We're going to have some kind of visualization exercise to do in the start. What more can you think about it? Any other view? Is this what you currently possess with? Your weapons of all knowledge right now that you possess has been handcuffed and locked by AI? You are in an AI session despite you have an Agile session there, but you are here. Yeah, that's a choice anyways. But moreover, when you are using AI, when you are using generative AI, do you feel reactive, informative, or explorative? Anybody? I'm repeating my question. Explorative. Okay. So 2 years back when ChatGPT came in, we started driving the prompts. I think the previous session was more on bits, so on the prompts, right? We had a knack of being reactive to know what is not there. We're trying to answer the question. It was more about being reactive. Can you tell me this? I have a problem. Can you solve this? The journey of prompt engineering started from your reactive ways towards informative and then towards explorative as to today we go with. But going into this, I have another picture for all of you, and this has nothing to do with AI. A very, very simple picture to see how you can visualize more better. I hope you're able to see this. All right. I want you to see and analyze a given picture. What do you see and what are you visualizing? A lot of manual work. Okay. Quickly, anybody? Okay. Anything else? Water scarcity. Anybody else? Backside?
Hard job.
Hard job. Anybody? More?
Overproduction.
They will not be able to carry alone. Absolutely. Too many for them.
Only women.
Only women, right? Why they can't? They can. All right. Anything more? Let's go deeper. Let us see how deeply can you go and check with the picture there. And you can't do AI right now. Absolutely. All the cans are in queue. Okay. Now there's black as well. There's red as well. There's a light which is speaking that yellow more black. There's no water? Automation. Okay. Cool. Something different. You have an irrigation canal. If the water is getting wasted, it goes to ground. Anything else? Okay. Is it a happy picture or a sad picture? How many of you feel it's a sad picture? Raise your hand. Long hands, maybe you had good coffee anyways. The cookies were delicious. It's a perspective, I said. But the first thing comes for many people is a sad picture. Because you got a water bottle on your tables. And you start comparing it with where they are. Correct? But what would have been a source of water for these girls if hand pump wouldn't have been there? What would have been? River, lake. Anything else? Yes. But we didn't visualize that earlier. Maybe a well. Correct? So the first thing that we visualized was most about what is it that we are comparing to our lives, despite the yellow color. Correct? We didn't visualize what could have been a step before. And that's what human sentience is. Right? How you feel to it. You felt it because you felt you are in a better position today, here. And they are not. But we didn't realize or visualize that it could have been a possibility that they have came a journey from a place of well to hand pump. Right? So their direct output earlier was well. So we now realize there could have been a well. We thought about if you have a well which is quite distant, then they have to walk for almost 2 to 3 hours, go back there, take the water, pull it out, and how they can optimize it more or go for it. So you have an outcome where you have now children's and women's and men's all spending so many of time, but now with hand pump it's only 10 minutes of job. What's the impact coming in? The impact is more about accelerating the quality of life by elevating technology coming in picture. So you realize you build your launch when you have the output, the previous output where you are today. What is the outcome you are envisioning and what's the impact you're going to go? Same thing is what I think every technology advancement and evolution has been coming through. Okay? If I go back to the picture, there could have been a photographer taking the picture as well. Right? It's a 2 girls. And why only 2 girls? Moreover, the girl who is having the hand pump has good muscles. She can lift me up as well. These 2 girls were being awarded by BBC in 2006 for the enormous amount of work done to get hand pumps across all the villages in Africa. They took 1.5 years to install the first ever hand pump in the village after 1.5 years of effort. The local government, the local body were not supportive, but they fought and got it done. BBC covered this news and published it. If I ask a question now, is it a happy or a sad picture? What's your answer? It's a perspective change, right? Correct. Now the way you're feeling right now is getting inspired. Maybe going back and fixing our own taps in the house, not plumbers required anymore. That's the kind of feeling I normally get it. But that's exactly how we feel about the things happening around us. If I go back and upload the image to ChatGPT right now, will it get me the same answers that we discussed right now? Or it will change? Will it showcase the same feelings or the same way we are trying to interact right now? We can go and ask, but will it feel, perceive, or provide the conscious insights? It depends on the way we prompt. If you prompt it a way like that, it may. But it will not get the feel of the consciousness that we're trying to bring in here. Going to that, key focus areas for my session is going to be superintelligence, sentience, and few takeaways for all of you. I have a question for all of you. Are you intelligent or super intelligent? How many of you feel you're intelligent? Raise your hands. Okay? Not many? Oh, how many of you feel you're super intelligent? Oh, no? All right, Scott says yes. Eric says yes. Can you tell me what's the difference between intelligent and super intelligent? Anybody? I just add the word super there. Anybody? Intelligent or super intelligent? What's the difference? No? Okay, that's machine. Oh, cool. All right, great. It's a very weird question I had, a few years back. I asked ChatGPT the same question in May 2023. And it says the first line, I'm not sure they're able to see this, as an AI language model, I lack true intelligence and consciousness. That's the day I realized my job is secured. I don't have to worry about it. The rest, I felt not to go in depth about it. But I thought that it's been 2 years already, almost 2 years, all right? A couple of months, we're going to June. I asked the same question again last week. And look at the answer now. It again says that intelligence is vast and multidimensional, but human intelligence is fundamentally different with all this context of emotional, creativity, contextual, and conscious intuition. In 2 years, there is a way of how OpenAI's responses are coming more human-centric. It is getting more into the deep seek kind of a deep thinking parameters. It is going more inclined towards specifications. I'm trying to bring here, the point here is that despite we use AI more, it's more about how AI is coming back with the responses more which is human-centric. So, what is superintelligence? Let's try to understand this. We all possess some power centers, right? 85%, and statistics say that 85% of the human mind is focused on conscious, subconscious, and unconscious minds. Conscious mind, you are in my session. Subconscious mind, it's getting bored, I have to go out. Maybe. Unconscious mind, my wife may call me in time. It might be my case. I'm just giving an example. Many times we suspect our values, that's subconscious mind. If we feel that any technology revolution is going to take our job, that's a subconscious mind suspecting ourselves. But we do have some power centers, and that's exactly where superintelligence starts. The first is superconscious mind, about being curious, about being curiosity being driven of what is it. And that derives speed intelligence. It's a reflex. It's something that we all possess every day. The moment you come to know that, there is some kind of curiosity to generate, you basically ask for it. Your mind has been shaped into to generate intelligence which is quite quicker. That's what speed intelligence is. Collective conscious, the moment you want to share. That's exactly why we are in the conference today. You want to share exactly what we know, right? That's how we learn from each other. That's where the collective conscious mind triggers collective intelligence, which we all possess. The last is ultimate mind. It is more about pictorial way of representation. All the movie makers are having ultimate minds, normally. They practice it. Reason being, they will have the way of having frames. They will visualize the pictures, the frame, and would like to put it back together. That's where quality comes in picture, quality intelligence. It's about reflexing, having a hive, and being wise. Your AI is nothing but collaboration of all these three. There is a fourth coming in picture that is called as autonomous intelligence. It's more about a self-trained brain where it can respond back to us. The point I'm trying to bring here is we all possess this. So yes, we are super intelligent. We are not intelligent, we are super intelligent because we are practicing this right from our childhood. It is just that any technology revolution comes in, we try to suspect ourselves whether are we intelligent or super intelligent. This is something we do day in, day out. So I think it's more about, are we feeling this intelligence every day, right? Going back to this, I have this question of from where this all originated, and every theory is different. And I would be really glad to share this, that there's one theory, practically, which I thought of learning, adopting it, that from where these roots are coming of all these factors. So normally in the culture, in Indian culture, the way it goes, we have different festivals, and maybe all of you might know that India has a lot of festivals. Every festival has different synergy in every location, every part of India. That's exactly how we are diversified everywhere. And there is a way these festivals are coming every year. We always have some auspicious days, right? You have auspicious days to come. We have festivals like Holi, which is going to come next month. Holi already gone, sorry. We're going to have some festivals coming in, like Gudi Padwa is the next festival going to come. You have something in the South India, something in the North India, and maybe folks who are new to India, maybe you might be knowing all these festivals. But how these festivals come? You have a specific date, you have a specific time, You have specific calculations been done, right? And we have never questioned it, have we? We have never questioned about how is it coming. There's some basic analogy I'm trying to bring in here is this. You might have many Indian families, and all Indian families may have this kind of a calendar. I hope you all have one at your home. Can you raise your hands? All right. This is more of a calendar to showcase what is the auspicious day when the festival is going to be. But have you ever questioned why this day? How can you say that this is the auspicious time? Have you ever questioned that? Have you? You're saying yes? Okay, and how you, what is the analogy if you know about it? Right. Absolutely, yes, go ahead. Geographical conditions. Okay, sorry, I already have a mic. I'm not sure why I'm using this. So let me tell you one thing. I just have an analogy to it to generative AI or any kind of an AI. 2000 BC, a famous mathematician from India called as Aryabhatta. What he did, he mixed mathematics and astronomy together. And this is more of a framework. It's not AI. It's more of a simple logistical framework where he calculated the revolutions and rotations of moon across the Earth, the solar system. And based on that mathematics, he formed a framework which was based on 5 parameters. We call it as Tithi. I hope you all know what Tithi is. It's an auspicious time. It's basically the proposition of moon, movement every day. Var is nothing but a weekday. Your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are called as Somvar, Mangalvar in Hindi and maybe other languages as well. Your Nakshatra is nothing but a constellation of stars and solar system together, where the positioning of moon and earth could be. Yog is nothing but a auspicious time when the sun and moon come together. And Karna is nothing but a basic response of that yog coming together. This has been done 2000 BC earlier. We are still following today. It generates new data of new dates and new auspicious time for festivals and everything every year. And neither we have questioned it. Correct? If I go back and see the same analogy, you have data all over the place. You have architecture structuring it. You have algorithm to train it what you want. You have evaluation metrics to see what's the best response can be generated. And at the end, you have a response coming out of it. Something relating back to the roots of where it basically comes from. What I'm trying to bring here is, it's super intelligent. It's we who drive it. It's our sentience, our feel of how we're trying to represent it. But it's more about technology of AI, which is not going to be governing humans anymore, or maybe any point of time. But just an analogy, because it's more about learning of how this goes together. When you go back today, go back to the calendar, tell him you are more superintendent than AI, because it's already been done from so many years back. All right. But despite this, if you have a date on a calendar, like 25th of December is Christmas, but just by looking at the date, can you feel it? Just by looking at the date, can you feel Christmas? Yes or no? Just by looking at the date. The moment you feel, what does you visualize? The pictures? Pictures of the last Christmas? Maybe a Christmas tree? Maybe cakes and pastries? Right? In a similar way, if you just say a Holi, you want to see some pictures like this. You might go in a memory lane to see how you visualize things. And that's what sentience is. Where you have a conscious awareness, you have a perception, and you have an emotional experience to define it. It's more about how sensations and emotions are being there from human-centric ways to adopt. That's what sentience is. There's a difference between sentience and sapience. Now, what sentience is? I am addicted to a lot of spicy food, and I like food the most. So my examples are always food-centric. Sorry for that. But moreover, if I'm going to taste a spicy curry outside after lunchtime, and if I get the burn, it's going to be more of my sentience that it's going to reflect back with a lot of tears in my eyes. That's what sentience is. Sapience is more about how I can tweak that now to become it more better. Maybe the food item. These two things is something, a sensory awareness right now, which is coming in new intelligence, which is a different thing. But at this point of time, it is more about more of human-centric thing. So how does this apply to agile ways of working? And how does it basically glorify it? Maybe it's more of a theory right now. Let me give a demonstration to all of you. So what I did is, are you able to see this? This is the AI agent. We had a session before where we talked about AI agents, right? And this AI agent is going to talk something about today. Let's see. I hope it doesn't, falter, because it's a free version of the tool, not the paid one. But let's see. I hope the audio comes in. Hello.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
Oh, it's a nice voice. Hey, what's your name?
I'm here to assist you. I don't have a name. What can I help you with today?
So I'm right now in Agile, India. And can you tell me on May 26th of March, what's the sessions happening at 11:30 a.m.?
Okay, I can help with that. Just to confirm, you're asking about March 26th, not May 26th, correct?
Yes.
And you'd like...
March 26, 2025?
Okay, great. On March 26th at 11:30 a.m., there are 3 sessions, from product discovery to product delivery, a real-life example, in Grand Ballroom 1, stress and happiness in agile teams, 2 sides of the same coin, in Esquire 1, and Sentience agility, harmonizing AI agile intelligence in Esquire 2. Do any of those sound interesting to you?
You missed the speaker, wonderful names of the speakers. Can you just put the names as well on the topic?
Okay, I can do that. From product discovery to product delivery, a real-life example will be presented by Todd Little. Stress and happiness in agile teams, 2 sides of the same coin, will be presented by Marcie Janssen, Wolf, and Fernand van der Molen. Sentience, agility, harmonizing AI agile intelligence, will be presented by Ketan Kulkarni. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Now that they've been listening to me in the session, they don't know my introduction. Can you provide introduction for Ketan here?
Are you asking for an introduction for Ketan Kulkarni? Is Ketan the speaker you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, I can help with that. Ketan Kulkarni is an experienced practice leader, enterprise agile coach, and scaled agile practice consultant with evidence.
Stop. But that's a basic thing, I'm an agile guru. Do you know that?
I understand. So you're looking for something that acknowledges his expertise, but is maybe a bit more lighthearted or humorous?
Yeah, maybe if you can.
Okay, how about this? At home, Ketan Kulkarni may be the agile guru outside, but inside, he's more like a daily stand-up survivor, because his wife runs the real sprint. He is also an experienced practice leader, enterprise agile coach, and scaled agile practice consultant.
You're going the wrong direction, buddy. How about this? Why you want to go back to my home? At home, I'm a really sweet guy. Don't you think that?
I see. You want to focus on your professional side and not mention your home life. How about this? Ketan Kulkarni has evolved into a pioneer, merging AI insights with agile practices to revolutionize team dynamics. As a thought leader, he contributes groundbreaking perspectives on AI agile fusion in respective organizations and in the agile community.
Can you stop? It's more about just the last few lines on how am I dealing at home. Can you just summarize my ways of living at home for the audience here?
I understand you want a humorous summary of your home life. How about this? While Ketan fearlessly coaches Agile at work, he becomes a stealthy ninja at home. Not to sneak up on his wife, but to avoid triggering her wrath. He navigates freshly mopped floors, tiptoes during her cereal time, and pretends to be asleep when the Kaju Katli goes missing. He has also been heard whispering, "Inspect and adapt," before attempting any pranks at home.
I use ChatGPT as well at home. Do you know that?
Yes, I am aware that you use ChatGPT at home. Would you like me to include that in your introduction?
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps something... Okay, how about this? Even Alexa knows the house hierarchy. If Ketan says, "Play Arijit Singh," Alexa asks, "Does Madame approve?" He once asked ChatGPT how to negotiate with his wife. It replied, "Sorry, you're on your own, bro." Would you like me to add that to the previous introduction?
No, I think
or would you like me to...
It's enough of the introduction.
Great.
Maybe I would just like to know that, what's the lunchtime today?
Lunch break is scheduled from 1:15 p.m. to 2 p.m. India Standard Time.
And
Is there anything else I can help you with?
And the networking dinner?
There is a networking dinner today, March 26th, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. India Standard Time, which includes a virtual reality activity. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Thank you very much for your time. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Have a great rest of your day at Agile India.
Thanks a lot. How was it? Now, do you make it feel good? Or this interaction that I'm having with you to know much about it is more prominent? This is an AI agent. I fed it last night with the entire schedule of this particular conference. I fed it with my introduction. I fed it everything I can do. That's what AI agent is. But does it make you feel that close enough to have the emotion going through? No, it can't. It's been trained. It can't bring the consciousness. Even at my house, if I'm scared of my wife, the fear of that threat that comes in before she's going to get angry is a sentience that I only know it. Nobody else can feel that. If I'm doing something wrong and a perceivance, and I feel that it's going to be more of a stick coming on me or something else, I don't know about it. Right? That's exactly what is the human and AI, or AI and agile ways of sentience to bring in place. And that's what the topic is all about. You can create this with 11 labs if you want. That's a great website to go in. You can create your own AI agents. Moreover, the AI agents that you will be able to train. You can upload documents, you can upload many things. So go in here, and you can create a lot of agents. I did have an agent for travel guide. I had the agent in all the languages as well. But this basically tells you, gives you a feeling about that more human interactions that we do, the way it is already, is the basic sentience that we go for. So coming back to the few things here, the more interactions that we do here with respect to this, any of the agile frameworks or the agile teams as well, it's more about a conscious awareness, perception and sensation that each role brings in. Let it be Scrum Masters, Product Owners, Product Managers. AI can be used to elevate the work, but not replacing the role, unless and until the role is not uplifting with the technology. That's exactly what the difference here is. It's more about how AI can be more of a buddy and companion. So with that note, I'm going to go for some more demonstrations to all of you. I think I have a good amount of time remaining. So how many of you have used Claude? All right, you generate some web pages there. Have you ever tried to see how it can generate a product web pages? Anybody? Let's see this. So that's my Claude. I hope I need to get the lights closed down if possible. Can turn on the lights because it will not be able to be visible to everybody. Oh no, not that much. Okay. Only this two. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to say, can you create a So I've just said that to create a web page here, and this is something, a new demonstration I've been trying to bring in, that how any roles like product managers, product owners can basically go and see what kind of a wireframe or basically a web page they can envision before they basically go and ask. So Claude is one of the tools, maybe many of you might be using it. I normally use it to generate and educate a lot of product roles or any designer roles, to see how it can basically help. But why I'm going to create this is to show you what does it lacks, and where exactly the roles are going to have more added advantage. If they know it, how they can basically tweak the need and be more better. It's taking some time. So by the time we get the answer there, let me go and we're still developing. So by the time I'm going to use some time here and going to have a prompt. So we also talked about prompt engineering. So we're going to have a prompt. We're going to go back to ChatGPT. We're going to ask a question, and we again see that whether you really feel or you really thought about it. It basically perceives and feels the way things are. So I'm going to have this prompt again, something different. Okay, I have a friend. Okay, and he basically stepped up in my house on Friday evening. And me and my wife were about to have a great party in the evening, but somehow a friend came in altogether. It's a surprise. And that was a very difficult situation to handle. So I thought, why not ask ChatGPT how to solve the problem? To basically write a prompt in such a way that it can generate some kind of emotional answer to me, what I should do. Because having a heartfelt week, then have a plan to go in the evening, and suddenly a friend coming to my place is a very, very problematic situation. So I had a way of writing the prompt here. So I said that to be very, very third party here. Look at the role. Are you able to see the prompt backside? No? Is this visible now? So I said a role. A husband who just enthusiastically invited his old college friend for dinner, but he forgot earlier, without consulting his wife, who's still in her work clothes and giving him the famous death stare. That's the role right now for the husband. Inputs are, surprise guest arrived at 7 p.m., wife just returned from work, kitchen is not prepared, house is in Wednesday chaos mode, it's Wednesday. Wife is in a work attire, hair messy, guest is cheerfully oblivious to tension, last grocery run was 5 days ago, only edible items are 2-minute noodles and crackers. So we have some steps to execute. So it's more about the steps, how it can be executed for ChatGPT to answer maybe. Assess and provide immediate damage control options. Create emergency dinner plan and provide options. Identify peacemaking strategies. Plan future protocols of unexpected guests. Lay out the roadmap. And some expectations are there that nobody ends up sleeping on the couch. Guests shouldn't realize there's a Cold War happening. Marriage should survive at least the evening. And future surprise visits should have a protocol. A detailed step of how you can write a prompt. I'm just taking some simple example. If I go with this, and somewhere go here and put that in my ChatGPT, it's going to respond something with a framework to you of how you can have a damage control if such thing happens. But the structure of prompt was more about if you are a product manager or a coach, use a kind of a cluster called as RISE. You have role, put the inputs, put some climbs or steps, and then also mention the expectations. It tries to bring down some kind of a way where you can provide your own feel to it to generate more a good response as well. So you basically get a lot of different answers coming in, how you can have options, how you can go and have a peacemaking strategy, how you can go and have future-proofing protocol, everything. All right. On top of this, it's been done. But now suppose there's a Scrum Master who want to provide some kind of a collaboration transformation here on this, how you can currently assess the situation. There's more of, again, a way of how you can act. It's more of a cluster. It's more of a prompt to ways of working, which can help you to think more from your field perspective or your way of human perceived perspective to work on it. The similar situation now that we have the answer there in the ChatGPT, right? I'm just trying to put another prompt here. So in the current situation, it's more about assess. The current situation is that with my friend coming in at the last minute, my wife's stress level is 9.5 out of 10. Kitchen readiness is 2 by 10. Guest awareness of chaos is 0 by 10. My survival chances, husband's survival chances 3 by 10, considering the happy path scenario with good deeds at week. Available food options are fast food menus. So what we want is something to be provided to collaborate, provide immediate actions that can help regain and establish collaboration. Okay, what transformation you want? In future, if such things are to be avoided, what are the new rules to be put in place? Something which we do daily. Just trying to use ChatGPT to help me with this. So based on the response I received, I put this prompt and I've asked a question here. This is where it's more about informative prompting, just trying to use it. You might be wondering that why is this prompt clusters being used? Just trying to give a flavor of this, that despite it will provide you good, hilarious responses of what micro actions can you take up, what are the shared responsibility charters, you can do it yourself. But does AI provide you the awareness and the feel and perseverance of that point of time when it has been adjusted? It goes in a biased way, considering that there's a problem. So far, the response is coming is basically based on the problem. Because I have mentioned it's a problem. Despite when we go, even if it is a problem, if there's a solution coming from the other side, the problem is solved. Sentience is also more about how you can think when AI is not in line with your views. You are okay to go and confront it. But if AI is always saying something, suggesting that is in line with you, are we questioning enough? Are we questioning enough on the strategy? And that is exactly where the way we feel and perceive and the way we bring in our sentience is coming handy. It's on our experience to say and challenge AI's responses also. And that's what the thought is here, that our agility with respect to agile roles or agile ways of working or any kind of data getting optimized with agents or agentic AI as well, are we really ensuring that? Is it really required? Are we AI ready to take it up? And that comes in from a flavor of the way we think, we feel. So far, with the latest GR00T N1 coming in from NVIDIA a few days back, which takes up the behaviors and actions of humans and make it into a NEU, that is a new intelligence. That's the only where the sensory awareness can be captured. But so far, whatever roles we are performing, even if there is suggestions, answers, creative ways of representation provided by AI, this ways of thinking of human ways is going to make us an addition that whether it is required, how can we be more creative, and is it really required to implement it or not? So that's where it basically switches to ensure that we bring in our sentience and sapience whenever you're using the AI. I go back to the topic here where you have a web page here coming in. So I talk about a web page. It basically gives you a good list of way a web page can be. I asked it to create a pensions product for senior citizens. It has given me. But do we feel the name is required? Do we feel if I click on benefits, it is going to show me the benefits section? Is it required? How much are we challenging it? And that is exactly where, when I go back to my organization, the agile roles are not challenging enough. They are just simply going back and taking whatever has been coming through. So this is one way of where I go back or where we go back to see whether this layout is really applicable, whether is whatever has been required here is something which is really relevant. And to make it feel, I think it's important that our roles should ensure that we humans have an edge with consciousness on sentience to challenge everything that goes in. So with that note, on those 2-3 examples, I'm going to just cover a couple of more. Some takeaways of what we should be mindful about. Yep, privacy is always there. Over-reliance on AI or any agentic AI or AI agents are going to be more, I would say, impactful the way we are going to be more reactive. But there is a cultural shift happening, and that this cultural shift is very important with respect to a flavor of how we can balance and harmonize ourselves. If you really want to harmonize AI, agile or AI and human thing, it's the sentience and sapience that should bring in. Sentience is the most important way of how we can accolade it. It's more about coming from the roots. It's also coming back of what do you feel. If I use ChatGPT, do I need it? Am I asking the right amount of questions to it before I use it? Can there be an AI conscious collaboration like this? There's something, a tool that as a starting thought process we're trying to build in, where we can have multiple roles inside it. Now suppose if Ketan is a product owner. He asks a question, can you please provide the user story for authorization of the new pension scheme? I get a response and Ketan becomes a solutions architect from the role here. Now Ketan is going to ask, being a solution architect, can you provide the tech layout? The moment I get a response, I become a Pega developer. I become a automation tester. I become a front-end developer, and I become a Scrum Master also. People say it will be cool. No, it's not. The feel of each role that they have experienced from so far, the experience coming on from the situational basis to be conscious will be lost. There is something like this getting created, which will make you feel that limited scope of roles can perform all the other roles. There are such AI tools which brings in like this, but is it going to be worthy enough? We have different roles here and different experts here in this conference, been learning from everybody of them, right? It's all because the situational, the conscious effort being brought in every dynamic situation is something that AI can't think about unless you train them. And every situation is different. This is a way of how AI conscious collaboration can be brought in, but this will lack sentience. The day sentience comes in AI is the time when we feel that is emotional intelligence being part of AI. That something is something on the cards, but we have to see how human consciousness on situational leadership, situational instance can be brought in. Before I end my session, some key takeaways to all of you. We need to use it as a servant. We need to use it as a younger brother. So if AI and humans are brothers, humans should be the elder brother. It's more about how we can use it. Also, we should not reuse it rather than a dangerous master. Let's not be driven by AI. We take up the advantage to make it a companion or one who can help us. Sentient agility is more about awareness, consciousness, self-awareness, and how you perceive and feel in the era of AI. Very important that let your emotions, let your awareness be human. Don't ask such questions to AI. Otherwise, their emotions can be driven by you as well. So it may drive your own emotions as well. Any questions? No, don't ask it. Any questions? No? Master yourself in this way. I do practice this. Feel around, feel within, and feel beyond. That's exactly how we should be focusing in the age of AI. It's very important. I do consider myself as pawn, but it's more about what kind of perseverance I have with respect to those shadows coming through. Before I move forward, I just want to understand and know, more about something to know what sessions I have in the afternoon. Okay, let me check if it answers me. Hello?
Hi there. How can I help you today?
So, can you tell me?
I can. What would you like me to tell you?
Can you? Absolutely.
Yes, I can.
Can you tell me that the session that just happened on Sentience Agility, how did the participant felt about it?
I do not have access to real-time feedback from session participants. Is there anything else I can help you with regarding the Sentience Agility session? Perhaps details about the speaker, Ketan Kulkarni, or the session's content?
Can you just make it up something that I can make me feel better?
I am sorry, I am not able to make up information about how the participants felt about the session. I can tell you about Ketan Kulkarni, who presented the session. He is an experienced Agile coach. Would you like to know more?
No. Stop there. All right. Maybe for the sake of the audience, for the post-lunch session, can you just tell post-lunch what are the 3 sessions on 26th of March?
Okay, I can help you with that. On March 26th after lunch, there were 3 sessions. They were Innovation Velocity, from roadblocks to results, designing an innovative organization with Hexi, and mastering agility and cultural fluency in global teams. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, I think you've been too much helpful today to me, but you didn't got the insight on my session, which I'm really disappointed for.
I understand your disappointment that I couldn't provide insights on your session. I am always learning and improving. Is there anything else I can assist you with right now?
Why is that you cannot provide the information? What is that is lacking in you?
I am unable to provide real-time feedback from sessions because I do not have direct access to participant reactions or post-session surveys. My knowledge is based on the information I have been trained on. I can provide information about the speakers, topics, and schedules, but I cannot access live sentiment data.
All right. But despite that, you know what's happening in my home.
I do not have access to any personal information about you or what is happening in your home. I am here to provide helpful and informative responses to your questions based on the knowledge I have been trained on.
Thanks a lot for your time today. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could assist you. Have a great day.
As you mentioned, it's only trained on. It cannot provide the real-time information. That's itself the sentience to you. It's more about what you are feeding it is what AI is going to give you. All right? Your feedback is going to be your view, your sentience in your field. Thank you very much for your time today. Thanks a lot.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Ketan, for giving this lovely insight into sentience. And the AI agent was definitely has to improve on being more sensitive. Yeah, and sometimes. And yeah, thank you for coming over. And yeah, you've been a great audience. I hope you took all the inputs and you can apply them in your daily life.
Yep.
Yeah. Just one question. Yeah.
So you mentioned that, first of all, thank you for a great session. It was very nice. You mentioned that there are advances that are happening in terms of incorporating the sentience into future AI models that are coming, etc. So do you envision a stage where maybe due to agentic AI or the further advances that happen, that the AI model can learn to incorporate sentience based on the information that it is continuously fed, and then is able to start providing more accurate responses to maybe the last few questions that you asked it?
Yeah, so we say that, you have speed intelligence, you have collective intelligence, you have quality intelligence, you go towards autonomous intelligence. Now from autonomous intelligence, you go to new intelligence, that is NEU. And that's what Groot N1 is all about, which will see your actions, your hand movements, your expressions, and it will link back to the expressions of what you're thinking. And it will generate a response based on the way you are. The more a robot sees you for next 10 days, starts behaving like you. But every AI solution has some buts, if and buts. You may change, the humans can change their behaviors based on situations. You never know what situations have been there for you. You can't train the robot based on any situation that is yet to come, that is yet to be evolved. The one thing that AI lacks is consciousness. If you want to bring AI to be very conscious, you have to bring a context awareness to it. When I say agentic AI, it's more about that. If suppose this is a live agent, been placed there outside, and you want to ask schedule to it, it's going to ask a schedule. At the same time, if that agentic AI solution is trying to understand the context awareness, I've been late to the conference, I'm coming at 12 p.m., almost 3 sessions are gone, and it is trying to give me the summary of it automatically. It's trying to tell me that your profile from LinkedIn says so and so things. You should be going to that session. Go to that session. This is an agentic AI solution. But do I really need to go? That's my wish. So far your wish, your feel, your perceive is with you. I think none of the AI solutions will have this thing to go with. But at this point of time, the only challenge coming is with NEU intelligence. If they gets into the protocol of the way humans are behaving individually, the more it can come to a level where some of the sentience can be taken care, but only what they are able to see and get trained upon. not with any new feelings. It's more about that if I don't know tomorrow what's the behavior of my wife coming to me for any other reason, my robot will not be able to train, what's the way she's going to behave to me.
Thank you, Ketan.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the next speaker is there. See, I will wind up now.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being there. Big applause to Ketan. Yeah.